Jump off that exhausting.
Oops.
Jump off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And welcome. You're tuned into Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on NBC News, CNBC News, and NBC Sports Radio station KCAA, AM 1050, FM 106.5, streaming everywhere. Home to the Asian Oprah, that also lends itself to iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes, TuneIn, Audible, Tiki Live, Rumble, Podchaser, Amazon Music, and about 28 other platforms that I am not coffeeed enough to remember. But why so many places? Because I want to maximize my splatter zone for more hope and happiness. So I have topics and guests to that end. If you missed the amazing founder of the Fifth Dimension, and don't tell me you don't remember, when the moon is in the seventh sun, and she did an amazing concert. If you missed that interview, please go to my YouTube channel, free subscribe, Florence LaRue. I'm going to have her back on. She's just so lovely and gave me beautiful flowers after the interview. Setting expectation for future guests. Wink, wink, Nana, Kim Bright. Just kidding. But go and find all 921 of my past shows. I can't believe it. 572 consecutive weeks on the air. And I'm so delighted to bring yet another bright guest onto my show. Her name is Kim Bright. She is the founder of Brightcore, one of my new show sponsors. I'm so delighted to have her here. She's going to introduce everything that you need to know about your nutrition, your health, about collagen in particular. I'm learning a lot about collagen that I didn't know before. But please welcome to my studio, Kim Bright. Good morning, Kim.
I'll do this, Dr. Marissa.
That's it. That's my signature finger.
Exactly. Fingers,
and I'm so glad. Yes, finger. I'm going to have you introduce yourself with one of my favorite things that I do, which is tell you about my questioning machine. Because when you call me, you do not get my answering machine. You get a questioning machine. And when you call me, it says, who are you and what do you want? So, Kim, who are you and what do you want?
Who am I and what do I want? Well, I am a human being that is fortunate enough to be living life to its fullest and taking every opportunity I can. I was blessed to have people that disciplined me. So that discipline grew into persistence, which grew into being able to persist along anything I wanted and got excited about and become learned in it or become expert at it or become successful with it. And I have taken many, many journeys. I have gone up, I have gone down, and I have come up and I have come down many times. So when you are going on this wonderful path of life, where it's not just an uphill climb and it's not just a plateau, it is, if you're really living life to its fullest, you are going up and down. And I'm blessed to have that. And because of that, I had a near-death experience. And it brought me, I was modeling and acting at the time and imbibing in a lot of alcohol. Alcoholism ran in my family. Thank God I never became an alcoholic. But I did leave the body and everyone thought I had died. And I did see the light and I did see my maker. And I was asked, are you doing what you went down there to do? Did you do it? Did you accomplish it? And I said, no. And they said, he said, she said, whatever. Do you want to stay here or go back? And I said, I want to go back. And I was 20 years old. And so I came back, and I came back with a wealth of information that I never knew before. And it was on nutrition. And I had been raised in a family that was typically eating lots of white sugar, lots of red meat, some vegetables and fruits. My grandmother and I, she taught me gardening and cooking and all of that. But we ate a typical American diet, an SAD diet, very sad diet. And so by the time that I left home at 17 to go to college in Europe, this was what I was used to eating. And when I had the near-death experience and came back, I realized that I had to severely change everything, and I fasted. And I walked into my first health food store in Torrance, California. And
Wow.
so,
Local.
I lived in Redondo. I lived in Palos Verdes. I lived in Hollywood. I lived in Beverly Hills. I lived all over out there. And so I said, what should I be doing? I just, I'm used to drinking 20 cups of coffee a day with 3 tablespoons of sugar, heavy cream, and drinking about 1.5 to 2, liters of alcohol a day. And I'm 20 years old, and I, had a near-death experience, and now I'm fasting. I just went from all of that to nothing. I'm just drinking water. And so started taking once a day a little vegetable broth. And then I picked up Let's Live magazine, and I picked up Prevention magazine, and started reading about health and nutrition. And from that point on, it was kind of like I was guided by my inner Holy Spirit. I had, been able to come back, and this was my path. I wasn't going to be an actress anymore. I wasn't going to be a model. I, wanted at some point to become a producer and all that. Nope, Kim, sorry. This is the path that you're on, and you're going to help others. Because Dr. Marissa, by age 5, my family was always asking me, what do you want to be when you grow up? And it was like, well, I just want to help people. I want to be a nun. And they were saying, well, you can't be a nun because you're Presbyterian. You're baptized Presbyterian. How are you going to be a nun? That's Catholic. So I don't know where I got that concept or how I came about knowing about nuns, but it's always that drive in me to help others. And growing up, that's what I tried to always do, is make everybody's life happier through laughter, happier through helping them in any way I knew how to do. And my whole goal was this thirst of understanding everything around me, and interest in everything, and then taking that path to study as much as I possibly could and understand and travel and meet new people and understand their cultures. So this is what I'm all about.
Wow, that is a lot. And I used to say, well, I still do, that I juice my life. But you can truly, literally say, I juice my life. So
yes, I love that saying.
I do too. Because, people say all the time, time is money and all of that. It's not true, because money you can make, as you were saying, up and down again and again. Yes. But time you can't get back. And it's interesting that your experience, and I'm always curious. I've talked to probably a dozen people who've had a similar experience as you, where they go and they come back. And so before we leave that, I wanted to just validate from your memory, when you went out of your body, was it light, dark? What was the feeling around it? Did you hear music? What was that little? I know that's not the substance of our interview, but I'm always curious as to what that experience was like that you remember.
What I remember is I had missed my first television time that I was on television, and I was in Palm Springs with friends, some very famous friends. I'm not going to mention their names, but I got mad because we'd all been drinking all day, and we were drinking at dinner, and we just talked through it, and I missed it. So I grabbed a half a gallon of cappuccino liqueur and went and locked myself in way far away bedroom and drank that almost whole bottle. And so what was it like? I remember floating. And then I remember going towards this incredible bright light. Doesn't describe it, Dr. Marissa. It is overwhelmingly penetrating, beautiful, just indescribable. And then the radiance of it, there appears this being of God, and it's telepathically talking to me. It's not like you and I are now talking, and our mouths are moving. No, it was telepathic communication, and there was this beautiful sense of peace and well-being, and I'm home. And it really took a second for me to go, do I want to leave this incredible place, or do I want to go back down and do what I know that I should do?
Well, I'm glad you came back. I'm glad you came back, only because you can't do the interview from over there. But
yes,
I'm glad you came back, and I'm glad that I asked you that question, and I'll tell you why. One of the things, I'm on a happy 88 mission, 88 million more happy people in the next 8 years. And one of the biggest things that detracts from people's personal happiness is that feeling of either fear of death, dread of death, or overwhelming sadness and depression for people who have died. And it's not that you don't miss them, but it's the validation of how incredible it is on the other side that I want to continue to pinpoint and highlight and spotlight. So when people who have gone to the other side come on my show, I have to take that minute to affirm your experience. And this is exactly the same as every experience of every person that I have interviewed who has had that experience. So thank you for that.
Well, thank you for that.
Because, not that I want.
So many years, I felt I couldn't share that with people because it was so out of their reality. It was so out of their reality. And then I started sharing it, and people would look at me and they would kind of like, really? And now, of course, we hear more and more people talking about it. But this happened, let's see, probably close to 45, 50 years ago. So 45, 48 years ago. So it's, it's important to share that. And I think a lot of people are not happy these days because, one, they're making poor choices in their spiritual life. They're making poor choices in their mental life and who to surround themselves with. And they're making bad choices in what they ingest, whether it's the air they breathe, whether it's the food that they're eating, the substances they're putting in their mouth. And I think it's very, very important for our happiness to look at all those three levels. And because I experienced that, I have always tried to help people with all three levels so they feel connected to their maker. They feel connected to their brain and their thinking, and it's healthy, and they feel connected with their body, and they're making right choices.
Yes, absolutely. We're definitely on the same page for sure. Good. And I forgot to start us with breakfast. So let's do a quick take a bite of my gratitude sandwich. I co-opted Kim and warned her about this, that's how I like to start almost all of my shows, unless we don't have time. But since we have a nice leisurely whole show to chat about everything, let's just do a quick one. We'll just do one gratitude each and then one appreciation each. And that top of the bun is something outside of yourself that you're grateful for. And the bottom of the bun is something that you like about yourself. And the reason why I do that is when you don't like yourself, you have a tendency of going out with your antenna, who likes me? And with social media, that's literally these days, how many likes am I getting? And all of that shiitake, which is silly. It doesn't mean anything. You can buy them. So I want you to Anchor yourself, listeners. You're tuned into KCAA AM 1050 FM 106.5, streaming everywhere on NBC News Radio, the station that leaves no listener behind. We are here with my special guest today, Kim Bright, and we're doing our a little bit late gratitude sandwich. So I'll start off. I am grateful that I came in second yesterday in the final Candy Crush tournament.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't quite make first, but I got second. I was in 12th place and I got all the way to second, but I won't be going to London, England for the finals, but I gave it a good try. And I'm grateful that I have, I use Candy Crush. People go, how do you have time? I say, I actually use it as a motivator. So when I love my work, and 88% of it I love doing. 12% of it I just don't like the sales and all of that stuff. But if I do it, then I reward myself with Candy Crush. So I'm grateful for Candy Crush.
That's
second
good.
place.
Well, I'm happy for you. And second place isn't bad. I was an athlete and I love to get first places, but sometimes we get second place, and you know what? You do the best you can, and that's all you can do. What am I grateful for? I am grateful that I am able to live in a place where I can get up every morning and open sliding glass doors and see nature and hear nature and see the dolphins jumping and the manatees swimming and the birds singing to me and the birds flying up to my porch and looking me straight in the eye. And I'm doing my prayer and meditation out there. And then I have my morning coffee, and I love nature. And it's what really starts my day, and the prayer and meditation. So I am grateful that I have that in my life.
Wow, that's a ditto on this end too. Where do you live?
I live in Florida. I live on the water. Yes.
I live on water too, but I live in California. So there you go. Yeah. Isn't that interesting?
I've always loved the water, and I grew up not around water. I grew up around mountains, but then I always have lived around water since I left home, because it's just part of my nature. I have to live by water. I don't feel alive. And I love boating and sailing. And, you know, I tried skiing, but winter sports, not for me. I love the water sports.
Yeah, well, you're definitely my East Coast twin on that.
Okay.
Let's see. I'll see if I can do this real quick. See it? See that? That's where I live.
Oh yeah, you are right there.
Do you see it?
Yeah.
These.
And if I did that with the camera, I don't know if you can. Maybe I can do that. Hang on a second. Let's see.
Yay!
Can you see the water out there?
I can, but beyond the chairs.
Yeah, it's
yes.
Yeah. So
beautiful.
That's where I am.
See, yeah. we really are very much alike. Yes. I'm beginning to notice that from the. Kalani's going to kill you.
Kalani's going to help me. She's my wonderful tech person here. All right. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Now,
all right. Now I'm going to go.
What are you going to do it? The what we acknowledge in ourselves. What was the next part?
You go ahead and start, since you remember. Okay. Yes.
Okay. I think that I love to make people laugh. To me, that is one of the best, most healing things you can do for yourself and for anyone. And I try and laugh at least, 17 times a day. I'm awake usually 17, 18 hours a day, and I want to laugh at least one time every hour, if not more. So for me, I acknowledge that I have that ability to make people happy and make them laugh at not only themselves, but to laugh at me too. And I laugh at myself. So
are you listening to my gratitudes in the morning? Because that's one of the ones I use a lot. Notice the cup I picked today. Did you notice the cup I picked today? This is my goofy smiley coffee cup.
Your goofy self?
So
this is me. This is my cup. Love with lots
that's
of
so
heart.
cool. Yeah. So I appreciate that I I love most of you did my happy face. I'm doing your love cup. I
Okay.
love most of the time. That's who I am at the core of
Yeah.
who I am most of the time. 12% of the time, I want to look at you and say, if I look like you, I'd be miserable too. Because people do take me off.
Me
I
too.
do have pissed offness. Yeah. 12% of the
Mhm.
time. But 88% of the time, I am love. And I have to remind myself when I get mad at someone that that's not who I really am. So
Right.
that was an awesome, short but sweet breakfast with Dr. Marissa and founder Kim Bright. So thank you for joining us. And before we ran out of all time, and Aaron and James are like, hey, let's talk about Brightcore.
Right.
I do want to make sure that we get to the topic at hand because I'm here to learn about collagen. I did not really um, know a lot of the things that I sort of first researched, and I want you to sort of give me how did you get to that place where you realized it's not just about, I'm not into like liquid food. I'm too much of a foodie to reduce my food to a shake or a bar. And so I love that your product is not that. Your product is actually something you can put in your food and your drink that has some core nutrients that I didn't even realize were that important. So I'll let you, the expert, take this from here.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. Well, first of all, I started Brightcore 27 years ago. I never in my wildest dreams thought I was going to start a nutrition company, Dr. Marissa, but I was counseling people and I counseled over 15,000 people one-on-one over many years when I had my center and my restaurant in Connecticut, in Westport, Connecticut. And what I saw through the years is as the years went on, people were less and less willing to change their diet as severely as they needed to do it in order to help them with very severe problems. And so I said to myself, what in the world can I bring about to help them get on, make this step so they see that there's some change, they see that they can do it, and then change more and more. So the first product that Brightcore ever brought out was certified organic wheatgrass juice powder, which had never been done before. And that was sweet wheat. That's our flagship product. Now, Revive, which is our collagen product, we brought out 5 years ago, 6 years ago. I don't even remember how much time it's been, but I'm all about the finest ingredients. It's got to be organic. It's got to be raised right. It's got to be the best because the reason I started this company is to help very, very sick people. And so Revive came about because I discovered that collagen is something that I never even learned about. And it's in 90% of our bones. It is in 65 to 80% of our tendons, our ligaments. It's in every single connective tissue in our body. And now, when you are growing and you are making this strong collagen in your body, it's naturally occurring there. It's comprised of 3 amino acids, and that's glycine and proline and hydroxyproline. I'm saying that wrong now. I'm having a brain fart, but
It's all right.
it's okay. It happens. Um,
Yeah.
and so we've got 3 amino acids that will make a triple helix, but they have to have vitamin C to do that. And they have to also have a few other minerals like zinc and copper and manganese. But they make this triple helix, and this triple helix is so strong, it's stronger than steel. And what this triple helix does is it holds up our skin. It holds our bones together. It holds our tendons tightly together. It holds our cartilage together. It makes our nails and our hair and our skin healthy. and it holds everything up. It holds our organs up. It's in every single connective tissue in our body. So I'm like, oh my gosh, everybody's taking calcium to make stronger bones, and 90% of our bones are not calcium, they're collagen. This is missing because what happens at age 20 or 25, depending on our circumstances and the stress in our life and the amount of smoking we've done, or exposure to sun, or lack of sleep, or stress, our collagen starts depleting, and it will not continue to make itself. And it becomes weaker and weaker and weaker. And what happens is by age 50 to 60, we went from 100% collagen, and at 2025, 85%, and now we are down to 10%. So why are our bones weakening? Why are we having osteoporosis? Why is our skin wrinkling? Why is it sagging? Why is everything falling apart? Why can't we bend over? Why? We're missing collagen. And collagen has to have these components to make it great in our body and make it work. And that's the vitamin C, which we put in there. We've put in biotin in there because biotin is a water-soluble B vitamin that is known for giving us beautiful, thick hair and nails, and it helps our liver and our nervous system, and it gives us energy. And so we also have something in the product, which is called hyaluronic acid. Now, this has been very popular in creams because topically it helps our skin. But when you take it inside and you heal from the inside out with this collagen and the hyaluronic acid is kind of like the WD-40. You know, when you have a squeaky door and you put the oil on there, lubricate it. It's the same thing. Collagen is strong, but it needs the lubrication of the hyaluronic acid. And the hyaluronic acid naturally occurs in our body as well up to age 20, 25. And then it goes off a cliff as well. So every day we have to put this back in if we want our skin to revive. I have seen in my own skin as it was thinning, and I have seen in my own ligaments when I injured myself when I was body surfing just a few years ago. And I thought it was actually might have to have surgery because it was such a strain on my ligament that it never was quite right. But when I started taking our collagen, I have no aches and pains anymore in that area. I have no creaks. My skin has plumped up again. My skin looks youthful. You can tell when you take your hand like this, Dr. Marissa, and you let it go, it should go right back. But most people that are older, it stays up because they need collagen. Their body, it should go immediately back. And mine didn't immediately go back. Mine does what yours is doing. It kind of slowly went down, but mine snaps back now. And so you've got to put that collagen back. And it's the same thing with your face. It's the same thing with skin anywhere. So, and the collagen sheet mask, we made that. Yes. And you know, the whole thing here that I want to say is that there's 5 different types that we put in there. Most people out there are using 1 or 2 types of collagen, and a lot of companies get their collagen from very poor sources. They're not using high-end sources like we are, grass-fed beef and free-range chickens and wild fish. And so we're using only the most excellent sources in our product. And that mask you just held up, most masks, when you go to pull it out, they're kind of a little dry. They do have some hyaluronic acid and collagen in them, but that is dripping. When you open that, it's dripping with all of these nutrients. And you put it on your face, and a lot of masks will tear, but ours is made from bamboo. Ours is the highest sourced type of mask that we could find. And what I do is you leave it on that mask for 20 minutes. And you will be amazed at how your skin looks when you take it off. And then there's still so much hyaluronic acid and collagen in that mask left that I just wring it and I put it on my décolletage, I put it on my hands, on my arms, and there's still enough in the package that I pour it on my legs and everything too. So it's so important that we take care of ourselves having this knowledge that nobody taught us in school, that our bones are composed of this collagen. And, it's really important too. And I want to give a special offer, if I may, for your listeners, Dr. Marissa.
Absolutely. We're going to take a quick station ID break. We're at the midsection of the show. I just got the indication from my sound engineer. So we're going to take a quick break, but you're not going to want to go away, because when we come back, Kim's going to give a very special offer, and I'm going to start using the product as well. I wanted to wait until she came on the show, and now I really have a reason, because she spotted my skin slow snapback. So it's obvious. And I just love the fact that because of this show, I get to learn something new every day. We're going to be right back. You are tuned into Take My Advice. I'm Not Using It. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, home to the Asian Oprah, on the station that leaves no listener behind. We're going to be right back. If conforming to the world was exploring the world? What if the question, what do you want to be when you grow up, little girl, turns into how many streets of life you want to explore? What if the purpose of life is not to die with the most toys to leave our squabbling relatives? What if the purpose of life was to do things that we enjoy most of the time? Have relationships that we enjoy most of the time, and use our unique talents, gifts, and abilities to fully express in the dash between birth and death? What if, as a direct result of this horrible pandemic, we could rise out of the ashes with a new PPP, post-pandemic possibilities? The sooner you turn "it's impossible" to "I'm possible," the what ifs become possible too. Because you are loving, lovable, and loved, wrapped in a warm blanket of worthiness. But it may start with getting out of bed and making it. What if starts with
Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
collagen. Did you know that collagen accounts for 30% of your body's protein? It provides structure, support, and strength to your skin, muscles, bone, and connective tissues. It's not a fat or pill. It's a scientifically developed formula easily added to your diet, combining 5 types of collagen, the moisturizing power of hyaluronic acid and biotin. Collagen relieves joint inflammation while stimulating growth and repair of cartilage tissue. In short, Revive helps heal your body from the inside out. Get ready to feel alive and revived with Brightcore at www.tryrevivenow.com. Why? Because you deserve to love your life. This is Dr. Marissa reporting live, balancing out all the bad news with some good news and Brightcore. You'll have to try it today. And we're back. I am so glad that you're tuned in to Take My Advice. I'm Not Using It. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, NBC News Radio, AM 1050, FM 106.5, streaming everywhere, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, and more, and my central home, which is my YouTube channel, where you can watch and listen, and not just listen. iHeartRadio and all those wonderful places are audio only, but you can actually see my beautiful guests on camera thanks to technology and the streaming component that we just added. Hashtag COVID silver lining. The virtual studio allows you to come and make comments and ask questions of my guests if you would like. So go to YouTube channel, free subscribe, and every morning at 8, you will get an alert to come and join me in the morning to start your day in the most positive way. And today I am delighted to have in studio Kim Bright. She is Brightcore founder. And Brightcore, as she has been talking about, is something she didn't necessarily think that she was going to be doing, but she started this company 27 years ago? Or
Yes.
Was that when?
No,
27 years ago.
27 years ago, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Go ahead.
I would like to go ahead and give that special that we didn't get to it by the end of the first half there, which is the Revive. We've been talking about the collagen and the hyaluronic acid and the biotin and the vitamin C in there is such an extraordinary product that we're going to have you buy 2 bottles and get one free. And why I want you to buy the 2 bottles is because if you are over the age of 25 or 30, you need to start hyperdosing with it from the beginning. You need to start with it and take it 3 times a day to replenish in your body. And so you need to have at least 2 to start and continue doing that. If you're in your 50s or 60s, you might want to order 2 of these specials because you're going to have to do a longer runway with hyperdosing 3 times a day before you drop back down to 2. Now, how do you get this? We give you a 60-day money back, 100% guarantee. So don't worry about that. We know you're going to be pleased with this product, and it's not available at your local stores. It's not available online. You have to call right now, or as soon as you get out of your car and have a phone, which you can use. Don't be using it on the highway, please, unless you've got the Bluetooth. But call and call this number. It's 888-505-1445. Call now, 888-505-144 now. And that's an exclusive offer for Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, because we're all about balance and strengthening your core at Brightcore.
Beautiful. That number again, I'm going to put it in the chat.
888-505-1445.
Okay. There we go. For 2.
And while you're putting that in there, Dr. Marissa, I want to say too, I heard the commercial and you made me laugh. And you made me laugh because I mispronounce, even being in nutrition for over 45 years, I mispronounce words. And it is hyaluronic acid. And you said hydraulic acid. And hydraulic acid's found.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So I want your listeners
I'll redo that. I'm going to have to redo that commercial.
We're not trying to fix your car here. We're trying to put that wonderful hyaluronic acid in our skin, because what's great about hyaluronic acid? It has the ability to attract moisture to it up to 1,000 times its own weight. So think about that, Dr. Marissa. When we're taking that and we're taking it inside, and then with the mask, we're putting it on outside, we are able to draw all this moisture to our dry, wrinkly, sagging skin. We're able to make our bones that are creaking and dry and come back to life. And so we are really, truly reviving our bones, our ligaments, our tendons, our skin. Our hair gets thicker. Our hair gets more beautiful, because the cuticle right at the base is where the collagen is, and at the bed of our nails. And it rebuilds all that. So you have these beautiful, strong nails. You have beautiful, strong hair. Lots of it. It comes back and it's shiny and healthy. And even in our eyes, we have the hyaluronic acid and the collagen in our eyes. So every single connective tissue of our body holds collagen. It holds our organs up in place. We're not sagging with our organs. Our bladder sags. What happens when our bladder sags? People start having incontinence. You don't want that bladder sagging. When you have other organs sagging, you have other problems as well. So we want to keep our body strong and fit and healthy and revive it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And in my small defense, when you said WD-40, I thought that was a great analogy for it. But I went with the lube, right? I went with the lubrication into
We're
the
lubing
car.
our cars with that commercial. We want to lube our body. We want to lube those bones. We want to lube that skin.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Not the car.
No, not the car.
The skin and the joints. Hyaluronic. I'm bringing it up. Hyaluronic acid. And I wanted just to add what Aaron was so nice to supply me with. It is an expensive ingredient. So the fact that you include it, right? That's why most people don't include that, right? In the product.
Yes.
Because it's expensive.
Yes. And we are always, with all of our products, we are third party tested, because I want to know that the ingredients where I'm sourcing from are the absolute best. We are always underneath or less than or have none of heavy metals in our products. And we can prove that and show that. Whereas your other collagens that are out there and your other nutritional products, maybe all they're worried about is their bottom line. Well, I started this not for the bottom line. I started it to help the people that I was already counseling to finally take that first step forward. I started it and it's developed into a family business. My son's been working with me since he was 8 years old. He's now the CEO. We have other friends of his that have joined us on board that he went to school with, and they're all excited because this is about family. It's about doing the best job we can, and it's about really helping people have a strong core, because that's where health starts, whether it's a core in your body, a core in your mind, a core in your spirit. You have to be aligned and balanced. And our first product, the sweet wheat, the organic wheatgrass powder, juice powder, that's all about balance there for the pH, because that's what I was going for, is people need a balanced pH in their body to be happy and well. And all of our products, we're trying to balance that core.
Yes, the sweet wheat is your first product, right?
That's the one I started. Yes, the whole thing started from the organic wheatgrass juice powder. And what's so wonderful is we have so many different products that we've brought out since then. And all of them are organically sourced, and all of them are products that are going to be used on a daily basis to supply, to help you cleanse, rejuvenate, and rebuild. And we really do have lifelong customers. We still have customers from 27 years ago using our products. And I am so proud of that, Dr. Marissa, because we make a difference in people's lives and we help people every single day. And that's really what life is about. And you do the same thing. You know, that makes life worth living. That's my real payback.
Absolutely.
Yes, I love the money coming in. I love the lifestyle it affords me. But more importantly, I could be doing many things. I was on Wall Street. I started out singing in opera. I've been a dancer, an actress, a model. I've been in so many different areas of life, and running companies and doing research for companies and developing products for companies. But what makes me the happiest is when I see people change and I hear their stories, and it saved their life in some instances. And it didn't take long at all. And so for me, this is very satisfying.
That's beautiful. So Sweet Wheat revived the very special offer just for y'all, my loyal supporters and listeners. So please take advantage of that. The number is in the chat, 888. And Kim, fill that in because I'm going to read off some more of this. It's 888.
It's 888-505-1445. That's 888-505-1445.
And that's just for now. So make sure you call. Don't call while you're driving. Revive
Right.
is the product that we're talking about. Buy two, get
Buy
one
two.
free.
Yes.
Buy two, get one free. Then she's got Vitality Heart Health for blood pressure. I know a lot of people have, instead of, taking a pill that has side effects, let's just try something that's natural and scientifically based to add. Your organic beet juice powder, also for endurance and blood pressure.
Yes.
Detoxification for your thyroid with Bright Moss. Antifungal brain health for anti-inflammatory. Let me come back to inflammation. I think that's an important point that we may not have emphasized yet. The bright greens and antioxidant reds, digestive support, and
Yes.
kimchi. I think my
And
favorite
immunity.
one.
Yes.
Anti-aging and immunity. I love kimchi. So, does it taste like kimchi?
You can smell it in the capsule, but unless you chew it up, it doesn't taste like kimchi. But yeah,
Okay.
I love kimchi too. And when I was studying martial arts and Chinese herbal medicine and acupressure, acupuncture, my mentor, he would take me home to his house, and his mama-san and his wife showed me how to prepare kimchi. So I know how to make kimchi. I've made kimchi, but we now, that takes a while to go to the markets and find the right ingredients, and you have to wear the gloves so the powder doesn't burn you while you're making it. And it's an involved thing. And you can either do that or you can, take a couple capsules a day and you get these incredible results. And we have had people taking it that just they can't believe the change and in how fast it is. And that's true across the boards with all of our products. But the Revive for me is, sweet wheat is our flagship product, and that is there for the pH. But the Revive that we're talking about today, the collagen that everybody is missing. If you are over the age of 20, it's reduced. The hyaluronic acid is reduced. Biotin is a water-based B vitamin, which helps our nervous system, our liver, our skin, our hair. That goes out every day. We have to replenish it. It's time that we really understand our body better. It's time that we take that responsibility to put those things back into our body of the highest quality. And that's where Revive comes in, to enable people to do that on a daily basis. And like I said, 3 times a day when you first start, depending on your age, you might do it for 2 months. If you're older, you might do it for 6 months, but you will notice differences and changes. And myself, I constantly notice more and more change, more flexibility. I, at my age, can take my forehead and put it right down on my knees. And even though I did yoga every morning, Dr. Marissa, and meditation, I couldn't quite ever make it to that until I started taking our collagen. And that hyaluronic acid and that collagen enabled me to have that flexibility and really go the distance and get back to what I was able to do when I was young.
That's great. I look forward to that. 2 flavors, I believe your powder comes in. Again, I'm really glad that this is not a replacement supplement, but it's
No.
actually something you can mix in to your drink. I have my drink of choice, which is aloe water and sparkling water. And
Awesome.
I'm guessing that I can put it in there. I'm going to start today. I wanted to wait until the interview, and
Yes.
I will be living proof of the efficacy of this product. And I have every confidence that it's going to be great. And
Do you have our
the 2
strawberry
flavors are
lemonade? Do you have our strawberry
the
lemonade, or do you have our plain?
I have the unflavored.
Yeah, the
I have.
unflavored, I put in tea or coffee, or you can sprinkle it in oatmeal, or you can
Wow.
put it in, bake it in cookies, or put it in your pancakes. You can do anything with it. It has no flavor. But when I drink it with the water, I love the strawberry lemonade flavor. It's so, so delicious.
Oh,
And
I
I
may
think,
have it. I have 2 of these, so
well,
maybe
if you
the
have
other
two,
one
we
is the
probably
coffee.
sent you, but there's the strawberry lemonade right there. And it is
Beautiful.
really refreshing. We haven't had one person send it back and say, I don't like this. It doesn't taste good. People love it. And it's great to give to kids, even. Kids, even though they have their collagen and their hyaluronic acid in their little bodies, instead of giving them juices and, other powdered stuff, try giving them wonderful strawberry lemonade. Revive.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, special offer just for Dr. Marissa listeners and watchers. Buy 2 bottles of Revive and get 1 free 60-day, 100% money back guarantee. If you don't like it, I'm confident, they're confident, you'll be pleased with the product. It is not available online, so you cannot go and just say, or your store.
No.
I think it was because of quality control that you decided to go direct.
Yes,
If
exactly.
yeah, because it used
Because
to be
in stores, things can sit there for a long time. I want people having the freshest product. I want them dealing directly with us if they have questions. We are going to know the answers to their questions better than, going into a store and nobody, they switch people up and their clerks every, however often they do. But yeah, we like being direct, and we can also give better pricing when you buy more than you would get in a store. The other thing I wanted to say too that I found just now, when I'm researching more and more, and I constantly do that and update myself, with new scientific data and on the collagen and on how it affects us. We have a ligament, a periodontal ligament in our gums that attaches our teeth to our gums. And so when we don't have enough collagen in our body, our teeth can start to loosen up. And so that's another reason that you want to take the collagen as well. So that's another place where the ligaments are so important. And, ligaments prevent bone dislocation as we get older, and the bone on bone in our knees and the creaks. So it's really important we put that back in.
I've had two hip replacements, so I definitely need to start this for sure. We are out of time. I knew this would happen. It does go very quickly with 2 very shy people on camera.
Yes, for both.
But I want to mention again the number, because I'm looking here. If you call in the next 2 hours, you will get a free collagen face mask, which I showed you earlier, with your order. So this is for your good health. The number is 888-505-1445. And for the first 2 hours of callers, you will get a free collagen face mask, as well as the additional Revive container of this wonderful supplement that will help lubricate you into a much more healthy and wealthy body life. I'm so delighted that I was able to meet you in person, well, sort of in person, 2D. Thank you so much for coming on the show, Kim, and sharing your life's work.
Thank you.
Thanks for all that you do. This is Dr. Marissa reporting live from her living room in I'm so grateful that I get to bring you people and things that will help you be happier 88% of the time. Now, remember, it's all about balance, peace in, peace out, world peace through inner peace. You've been listening to Take My Advice. I'm Not Using It. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show with Kim Bright, the founder of Brightcore. And now go and have the best day ever. We'll see you tomorrow. Straight Talk with Sam Works and Dr. Marissa.